a drink of water,
And
and check your bandages, make
Yeah.
sure you were all right, and then
Yeah.
they'd put you on another vehicle and ship you back another few miles,
miles to
a couple miles to another one,
yeah,
and they gradually work you back until you got to a
big
base hospital.
Yeah, a base.
And
So where is this one now? The base hospital you got to finally?
I eventually ended up in that time I ended up in an English hospital at Ghent,
At Ghent. Ah.
and
yeah.
didn't make out too good there.
Didn't
The
you? Oh.
English hospitals are very regimental,
Oh, very.
and
yeah.
there were 4 Canadians in the ward, 3 other chaps and myself in the ward that I was in,
Mhm.
and it was, I guess it was a day or so before I got there. They pat you up first, of course,
Yeah.
and then they give you a bed.
Yeah.
But in the morning, if you're what they considered an up patient, you could get up and move around
Yes.
by yourself.
Yeah.
Then the bed was made, and you weren't supposed to sit on it or lay on it.
Oh my.
There was a chair there, and
Yeah. So you could
so
sit
if
in the
you were
chair.
an up patient, you sat in the chair, but
Oh
you
my
used the bed to sleep in.
Gee, maybe you didn't feel like sitting in a chair.
That's
You
right.
went- Yeah.
So the 4 of us, we didn't agree to that. We didn't know it at
Yeah.
first, but
Yeah.
we soon found out, because
Yeah.
after we were all in there with shrapnel wounds,
Yeah.
and excuse me, and they patched us up, and they give us a place to sleep
Yeah.
and something to eat. And the next morning, we sat on the bed, and they were laid on or something.
They didn't like that.
And a lady, or female,
Yeah.
sergeant major, came in with an orderly
Yeah.
with her little suitcase, and she was the matron.
Oh.
She had a row of ribbons on her,
Yeah.
and a big iron cross or
Oh,
something
my
around her neck, and very regimental.
Yeah.
And I suppose she was a doctor, I don't know, but
Yeah.
she was in charge of that ward anyway. And she let us know that right quick.
Yeah.
And she told us we
Couldn't lie down.
realized then that all the Englishmen that were in there, and
Yeah.
that
Seems strange, doesn't it, when you're wounded that you can't lie down?
no,
Yeah.
well, the rest of them, they
Yeah.
all stood up to attention when
Oh my
she
gosh.
came in.
That's regimental, all right.
Yeah,
Now, Bill, you got wounded again.
yeah, I get wounded again in the Hochwald Forest
Did you?
in Germany that time.
Well, let's go back. You returned to your wounded unit
Yeah.
when you got this wound healed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did that take?
Well, we were only in the hospital for about 3 days, and they put us out.
Not only wouldn't they let you lie down, they kicked you out. Yeah.
Well, we argued with her. We
yeah.
we didn't agree with her
So yeah,
rules,
they were glad
so,
to see the back of you then.
so they just
Yeah.
moved us out. They sent us to Ghent, to a
Yeah.
holding unit, as
Oh,
they
yeah.
called it in
Yeah.
Ghent.
Yeah.
And we were there for 4 or 5 days, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
And or I was.
Yeah.
They kept me down there for, well, a couple of weeks. Well, about 10 days, actually. And it wasn't a major,
Thing. Yeah.
a major surgery. I wanted to be home. And I
course,
had
yeah.
been working at Greenwood at that time.
Were you? Yeah.
And I could see no point in staying in Camp Hill Hospital. There was
No.
nothing wrong with me. It
No.
was just a little bandage.
Yeah. I understand.
But they wouldn't. The doctor down there, the surgeon that operated on me, and I asked him to give me
Yeah.
my release. And he told me, he said, "No, stay with us. You haven't. Spend some time. Spend a couple months with us." And
Oh.
I said, "No way."
Yeah.
So I said, "I want to spend a couple of months,"
Yeah.
but he wouldn't give me my release.
So you just left.
So I left.
Uh-huh.
And A week or so later, I
You
get a
get it.
letter from Ottawa. It says, "Don't call us, we'll call you."
Oh,
sort of
right.
thing.
Yeah.
So it went on for about 40 years. They put my records in the archives, and finally
Oh.
I get second.
Yeah.
My own doctor sent me down there.
Did he?
They had no record of me there.
Oh.
My records had been sent to
Sent
Ottawa.
Yeah.
So I was, well, he told me when he sent me down, he told me to take my toothbrush and razor and my pajamas because I'd probably be there for a few weeks.
Yeah.
I was there for about 30 minutes. They kicked me out.
Did they? Oh,
Yeah,
my
Bill.
gosh. Oh,
So that time I came home and I
Yeah.
said that I told my wife, that's it. I'm not going back there
yeah.
again.
No.
And it was about that time I got that letter,
Yeah.
and so I didn't go back until I got so bad
Yeah.
that the doctors, they just literally took me back.
Did they?
And,
Yes. Yeah.
When I got down there, when I finally eventually went back, I saw a lady doctor,
Mhm.
and she'd been around. She was quite old,
Yeah.
not as old as I was, but
Yeah.
she wasn't young and I think she had been a military doctor.
Uh-huh.
She seemed to know her way around the military. So she read my records and my files and asked me
Yeah.
some questions, and she was quite annoyed to think that they had let me go
Oh, of course.
for that long without,
Yeah.
because with
Looking after you.
wounds, you're supposed to be checked
Yeah.
every year. Well, listen,
Right, yeah.
about 40 years has
Oh,
gone
my
by.
gosh. Well, now, Bill, you're back in civilian life.
Yeah.
And you're back on the farm, are you? Or back carpentering?
Well,
You
I
mentioned
went to
you mentioned
Greenwood.
Greenwood.
Yeah.
You went to Greenwood.
I went to
Yeah.
Greenwood.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I was just out about 2 weeks when I went to Greenwood. I went as a carpenter.
And you went there for how long?
I spent pretty near 32 years there. I thought I'd
Yeah.
spend the winter
Yeah.
there, and then I could get a job in the spring.
And now, Bill, we're going to have to wind this up because we're kind of running out of time.
Oh,
But
Good.
so you had a wonderful story. And
thank you.
how's your family? They're all right?
oh yes, that's fine.
Good,
yeah,
good.
Yes,
Your wife is still with us?
yes, she's
And your children have done well?
yeah.
Yes? Well, you're looking very well, except you have a little breathing problem, like I do.
Yeah, and a heart problem and
Oh, well, yeah.
things, but other than that,
We're all getting up there, you know.
yes, I
these are
realize
the
that
price
every
we
day.
pay for that racy life that we live.
Too
Yes,
much
well,
wine.
you're a wonderful, wonderful story. And I want to thank you very much for coming in
Thank you
and talking to us.
for listening to
Oh,
it.
yes. No, it's a wonderful story. And it will be